¿A quién se parece? You can say, I take after my father, my mother, my uncle. Who do you take after?
I think that I take after more to my mom.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, that's all, my dear students. This was a small practice about vocabulary. There is another one that I can make a question with hangout. Okay, Daniel, how often do you hang out with your friends?
Actually, I don't hang out with my friends.
Yeah, because it is not. But in the past, how often did you hang out with your friends?
Every day.
Every day, yeah, thanks. What I wanted is you to understand the meaning of hangout, okay? Hangout means salir, okay? Salir con sus amigos. Okay, my dear students, so this was a small practice. Now I'm going to ask you some questions to practice in the chat, please. I'm going to ask a question to practice the use of the grammar. I have 34 participants, so I need 34 answers. Okay, so I'm going to ask where did you My question is in the chat, please, for everybody. Where did you used to live when you were a child? Please answer, tell me. For example, when I was a child, I am going to put my answer. When I was a child, I used to live in a small, this is true, okay, in a small town, in a small town near Riobamba City. Yeah, now you please answer my question. When I was a child, I used to live in a small town near Riobamba. And you, where did you used to live when you were a child? Tell me, please, in the chat. I am going to read. Okay, where did you used to live? ¿Dónde solías? We use used to express some habits of the past tense, okay? Or states of the past tense. In this case, where did you used to live when you were a child? Yeah, Daniel, when I was a child, I used to live in Perucho. It's a small, beautiful town. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Daniel. Michael. Perfect. Thank you, Michael. Jacob. Yeah, you have to say, Michael, Jacob, you have to say, I used to live. Solía vivir. I used to live. I used to live in Quito, Chillogallo. Okay, when I was a child, I used to live. Okay, John.
Excuse me, teacher, escrito mal, perdón.
Okay, when I was a child, I used to live in Chillogallo. Okay, thanks, Jorge. Pamela, when I was a child, I used to live. Okay, thanks, Pamela. Yeah, my dear students, so in this case, we are practicing the use of used to, okay? Used to. For examples, everybody, please, I have 34 participants. I only have 10 examples. What about the other students? I'm waiting. Hurry, guys, everybody has to work. Class participation. I don't receive your examples. Receive your examples with used to. Where did you used to live when you were a child? Hello, guys, I'm waiting for your examples, Harry. So the other students do not have class participation because don't write anything. Okay, so let me use the board. Okay. Eso que no me deja compartir. Cancelar, cerrar, programa submitting, no responde, algo pasó. Oh my goodness. Hello guys, I am here again. I don't know, something happened with the computer or with the internet because I log out of the class. Okay, so I am here again, no problem. I was going to use the board to make a summary of the grammar that we studied the last class. Okay, we finished with the vocabulary. Now I am going to make a summary of used to. Okay, don't forget we use used to describe something that we used to do in the past, but today we don't do anymore for different reasons. Okay, so I'm going to put here an example in positive, negative, and question. This is only a review. Okay, I used to live. Yeah, so this is an example in positive. I used to live in Riobamba. Yo solía to live in Riobamba when I was little, but now I live here. This is positive. Yeah, negative, I didn't. Remember that for negative we use didn't, okay? I didn't, and use in the base form. I didn't used to. I didn't used to speak. I didn't used to speak English when I was young. Now I can speak it very well. Now I can. Okay, so this is an example in negative. Okay, and questions. The question that I put in the chat, do you remember? Where did you used to? Now I am going to put little, okay? Yeah, so this is a a review. I used to live in Riobamba when I was little, but now I am comparing with the present. I live here, okay? So I'm going to underline the most important information. Used to, past tense with a verb in base form. Used to live, the verb. When you use negative, you say I didn't, and you put used to in base form. Please, this is very important. The same happens when you make a question. Yeah. This is in summary what we did the last class. Now we are going to work in the book. Okay, let me share the book if you don't have questions. Yeah, so here we have grammar. Here we have look. Discuss the questions. Where did you grow up? ¿Dónde creciste? Okay, for example, in my case, I grew up in Riobamba. Here says, who brought you up? I say, my parents brought me up. ¿Quiénes crecieron? Te crecieron. Okay, when did your whole family last get together? My whole family last got together 2 years ago. How much do you take after your parents? ¿Cuánto te pareces a tus papás? Okay, so here we have the use of used to and usually. Please, we have here 1, 2, 3, and 4 examples. I want you to read examples and I want you to choose the correct options. You are going to work that on your books, okay? Read the information and choose the best options. You have 1 minute to do it. Okay, please listen and check. Listen and check, please.
Track 1.47. 1.
Megan used to dress as differently from me as she could.
2.
Megan started wearing flowery dresses.
3.
We used to be very close.
4.
We usually speak on the phone 2 or 3 times a day.
Listen again, please.
Track
What are the
1.47.
correct options?
1.
Check the answers.
Megan used to dress as differently from me as she could.
2.
Megan started wearing flowery dresses.
3.
We used to be very close.
4.
We usually speak on the phone 2 or 3 times a day.
Okay, my dear students, so this is a listening activity, and here you have to recognize if the example is in past tense, it is with used to, or with it is in present, okay? With used to and usually. Now, with this example, 1, 2, 3, and 4, you are going to complete the rules. Complete always the past simple, usually, and used to. Read the information and complete the spaces, please. It is 4:26. I check the activity in 2 minutes. Okay? Don't stop. Work, please. Work. Do this activity. Read carefully the information and complete with always the past simple, usually, and used to. Okay? Do it, please. I check in 2 minutes. Okay, let's check the activity. Number 1, please. What is the answer? We can use to talk about events that happened only once in the past.
Past simple. The past simple.
Yes, the past simple. Yesterday I went to the movie. That is an example. Last week I saw my best friend. Okay. Number 2, we can use plus infinitive to talk about past habits.
Use it to.
Used to, perfect. I used to live in Riobamba. That is a past habit. I used to eat chocolate when I was young. Okay, past habit. Excellent. Number 3, we can use
Usually.
Okay, we can use always and usually, or usually and always with the present. My dear students, pay attention, with the present and past. Present and past simple to talk about present or past habits. Okay? Yeah? So we can use always and usually with the present and past simple to talk about habits. To talk about present and past habits. Okay, then we have to go to the grammar part. In the grammar part B, used to and usually. Okay, I'm going to read something that is very important, but I already explained, just to improve a little bit more. We use used to describe past habits and states. Okay, when I was at school, I used to play football every Saturday. This is past habit. Nina? Okay, yeah, then we have here, the whole family used to love animals. We always had 2 or 3 pets in the house. This is past state. Okay, so we use used to describe habits and states. Yeah, the negative. The negative forms are didn't. You know that, I explained it. We use didn't to make negative, okay? Or you can also use never. Examples, my parents didn't used to go out much, so we spend a lot of time together. Or you can say we never used to understand my dad's jokes. Okay, so we can use for the negative never or didn't too, but never, you never put them together, okay? Only or never or didn't. Yeah. And here says there is no present tense of used to. There is no present tense of used to. The adverbs of frequency instead you can use, okay? Use the adverbs of frequency instead. For example, they usually go out to a restaurant once or twice a week. This is usually, okay? The present tense of used to. How many times a month do you usually visit them? Yeah, here says we can also use adverbs of frequency with the past, okay, with a simple and past time phrase. Like, for example, when I was a child, back then, we went abroad for the holiday quite often back then, okay? We can use the adverbials not anymore. Please, this is very important, not anymore, any longer, to say that past habit or state has now stopped. I don't play football anymore. No juego fútbol nunca más, anymore. I usually go to the gym instead, okay? I don't live in the same house any longer. Okay, these express negative, okay? We can use the adverb still to talk about the habit or state that has not changed. Still means todavía. I still love board games. You can say I still love soccer. Yeah? Here says, do you still, let me make this bigger. Do you still see him very often? Do you still see him very often? Yeah? That. And here, obviously, we have past simple or used to. When to use past simple, when to use used to. Yeah, we use used to for situations that were true for a long time. Okay, for example, a few months or years. Okay, for shorter periods of time, we usually use the past. When we were on holiday last week, this is a short period of time. So in that case, you use went. We went swimming every day. No used to. We often use used to for situations that aren't true now. When I was a child, I used to love ice cream, but now I don't really like it. Use the past simple, not used to describe something that happened once or a specified number of times. I went to USA twice when I was a child. Okay, so this is in summary the use of used to and the frequency adverbs always and usually. Now it is time to practice, okay? You are going to practice here. You have to read. This is a long activity. You have to be very concentrated because you have to use all of these words and you have to put in the spaces, okay? So complete the text with the correct words. Used to have, used to be, went, used to have again, this is in past, okay, and this is in present. Look, usually visit, didn't used to go, analyze carefully and complete from 1 to 12. It is 11 and 35. You work on this activity, I'm going to check the roll. Please pay attention to the roll. Don't make me shout. No me hará gritar, okay? Angulo Naomi. Sí estaba, pero no ha de estar poniendo atención porque no dice nada, tiene falta. Briseño, Pamela.
Present teacher.
Okay. Thanks.
Mujer, está tomando
Brito,
lista.
Mateo.
Ahorita mismo, mujer.
Mateo Brito, please. Cadena Jorge.
Present teacher.
Okay. Caiza Lenin.
Present teacher.
Okay. Cañizares. Carolina. Carolina. Carrillo Jacob.
Present teacher.
Okay. Cobo Daniel.
Present teacher.
Oraquilia.
Present teacher.
Thanks. Cruz Jair.
Present teacher.
Domínguez Alexander.
Present teacher.
Alexis.
Present teacher. García. García. Sí.
Yes, Mr. García.
Present teacher.
Paga Anthony. Anthony. Guamán Franklin. Wasco Andy.
Present teacher.
Guerra. Jonathan.
Present teacher.
Herrera Mario.
Present teacher.
Yes. Guaraca Carol.
Present teacher.
Leiva Mateo.
Present teacher.
Yes. León Diego.
Present teacher.
Maya Francisco.
Present teacher.
Males Mara. No. Miratasi Maritza. Minaya Brian.
Present teacher.
Mosquera Kevin.
Present teacher.
Achacama Alex.
Present teacher.
Paredes Johan. Johan. Pastuya Edison. Remember that you are working on the activity, okay? And for Jennifer.
Present teacher.
Okay. Pozo Luis.
Presente, teacher José Luis.
Okay, thanks.
Teacher. muchas han escrito en el chat de Cañizares, creo.
Ok, thank you, Kinapalio. Reynoso.
Present teacher.
Ok. Remache.
Present teacher.
Robles.
Present teacher.
Ok. Rojas.
Present teacher.
Rosales.
Present teacher.
Sandoval.
Present teacher.
Pence. Sarmiento.
Present teacher.
Ok. Silva.
Present teacher.
Subilla.
Present teacher.
Ok. Tipan.
Present teacher.
Ok. Donato.
Present teacher.
Yanes. Zambrano Alexander.
Present teacher.
Anzuma.
Present teacher.
Yeah, I finished checking. We are going to check the chat. Let me see the chat. Yes.
Teacher, es un igual, es una cosa que se está ahí en internet y no lo puedo escuchar mi nombre.
Ya, Cañizares. Males.
Sí, teacher.
García.
Ya, también casi me puso otra vez en lista.
Ya me olvidé. Ya me olvidé. Domínguez, yes.
Present teacher.
Ya me olvidé de los Cañizares. Está Donato, sí está. Agur también. Cañizares. Donato, Cañizares. Yeah, my dear agents. Okay, I'm going to check the activity. En el chat está una persona de apellido Quiñones. ¿Quién es? No tengo ese nombre en mi lista. Ya. Mil disculpas, mi Quiñones Zamora. Ya, okay. Sorry. We are going to check the activity. It says, let's see the answers, okay? Number one. Eh, when I was a child, I used to go to my grandparents' house in the mountains, okay? That is an example. We lived, past tense. We lived in a city back then, okay? And we visited them every year, okay? We didn't used to, but we didn't used to have a car. Used to with the verb in base form because indeed that is the past tense, okay? We didn't used to have a car at that time, so we traveled by bus. It always took ages. Okay, we, number four, we didn't used to go in the winter because there was too much snow. Okay, I love helping my grandfather in his garden. answers of the book. You have a minute to check, okay? Yeah. Now, my dear students, the next activity that we have here, part B. This grammar part has only two activities, A and B. The part B, listen, please, listen carefully. Listen and read with me, you have your books too. Yeah. If possible, change the verbs in old to the correct form of used to. If it is not possible, you put X. Yeah? So you have to apply the grammar. For example, here it says, I drank a lot of cola. I drank, but now I don't. In this case, it is good. Este es mi perro, disculpen. Si le saco a la perra afuera, llora y hace bulla. Quiere que esté solo tocando. Ay, Dios me desconcentra, lo siento. Ya. Okay. If possible, change the verbs in old to the correct form of used to. If it is not possible, you put an X. For example, in the number one, it is possible. I drank a lot of soda. Or cola, sorry, but now I don't. It is possible. I used to drink. Used to drink. Okay, here, I celebrated New Year with last year. In this case, it is not possible. You just put an X and don't do anything. Okay, the number three. She had long hair when she was younger. Is it possible to put used to or no?
out. Okay, my dear students, so I want you to see the answers, please, and compare. The number one and the number two are examples. The number three here, you said it is possible. She, okay, a ver, let me see the number three. Yes, she used to have, you said that. The number four question, where did you live when you were a child? So it could also be, where did you used to live when you were a child? So it is possible, okay? Then here we have, I went for a run every day last week. This is not possible. The number five, it's not possible. The number six, we didn't wear the same clothes all the time. Here it says, we didn't used to wear. We didn't used to wear. Look. Number seven, in the past people spend more time at work. Okay, it is possible. You can say in the past people used to spend more time at work. Okay, number eight, did you play with your sister when you were kids? Did you used to play? Check, please. Number nine, it is not possible to change to used to. And finally, number 10, yes. They weren't friends in those days. They didn't used to be. Please, you have 1 minute to check and compare your answers with the answers of the book. And we continue working with another activity, okay? 1 minute, please. Okay, yeah, my dear students, we finished. This is the end of the grammar. We finished in the book. We finished in the slides. We go back to this one. Okay, we are going to do this activity, please. We are going to practice this. Complete the sentences so that they are true for you with your personal information. For example, I'm going to do this activity with my personal information. The whole family usually, I can put, get together once a year. Yeah. Let's see, my mom, my dad, my parents. Okay, I'm going to put, yeah. My mom used to cook delicious food for me when I was a child. Here, let's see. My parents used to live in a small town in Riobamba when I was a child. Okay. My aunt used to live with me here in Quito. And so please read the information and complete with your personal information, okay? You have 2 minutes, please, because at 5 o'clock you have to do an activity, okay? So do it. Don't stop working check the activity, please. Okay. Please, Steven Sarmiento, can you hear me? Complete the number one, the whole family, with your personal information.
Yes, teacher. Espera un segundo, teacher, estoy con un problema en mi casa.
Oh my goodness. Please, Anthony, can you do the number one, please? Anthony Zumba, here, please.
The whole family usually went to the beach once a year.
Yeah, usually goes to the beach, you have to put here. Goes because this is in present. Okay? Thanks, Anthony. Number two, Alex Dominguez, sorry. Choose my mom, my dad, my parents. Choose one, okay? And say something. Personal information.
My parents.
Continue. Complete the information.
My parents listen to.
Yeah, try to remember something about your parents and complete. My parents used to. It's very easy. You can say, my parents used to play with me when I was a child. Used to help me when I was a child. Something about your personal life. So easy. The activity is very easy, guys. A volunteer, please, for this activity. Volunteers. Yo les di ejemplos, chicos. Hice yo antes de mandarles a hacer. Volunteer for the number two.
Parents used to. When I was a child.
Yeah, thank you, Miss. Tell me.
My dad used to live with grandmother when I was a child.
Perfect. Yeah? Okay. Mr. Cobo, next. The number three.
Well, you used to. Used to get hurt when I was a child.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, my dear students. So this is the end of the class for today. Here, please, for tomorrow. We are going to practice speaking tomorrow, okay? So I want you to think about the tradition in your family. No quiero que vengan acá a hacer, chicos. Quiero que ya vengan preparados con esto. What is here says you are going to talk about the tradition in your family, and you are going to make notes using these questions. For example, what is the tradition? How often does it happen? You are going to answer the questions, okay? When and where does it happen? Which family members are involved in this tradition? How did the tradition start? Was there anything you used to do which you don't do now? Okay? Do you like the tradition? Do you like the traditional the grammar and vocabulary of unit number 2 and 3. It's a long activity, okay? It starts now and it closes at 6 p.m. So do it.